Hello again to ya. Are you Micro Man? Let the music play. I was tempted to let it continue there. Got a real SNES vibe to it, this one. I think it's off the Commodore Amiga. Oh no, it is off the C64. But it's created in 2020. By Arpalooza. Oh no, that's the name of the track. Good evening, Moz. Plenty to add today. Get rid of this font. Find the right one. There we go. We're now using C-Spect emulator. You can tell it's modern, the sound, can't you? Yeah, I thought that. Johan Samuelsson was the actual developer of that song. Very good little song. And yeah, I've made a tiny bit of legroom just while I was offline eating my food and watching some TV. I thought it was quite boring to watch me change the colour of the main menu and, you know, add a title like that. So I just did that. I've also added a tiny bit of the shop. I think you saw that actually at the end of the last video. You press space to get into the game. I believe I've started it right back at the beginning of the level as well. So we're going to have to wait here. No real need to sit through it. Oh, I did want to see what the shop looked like because I changed the colours of the shop and I wanted to leave the UI visible so that when you buy a nuke or whatever else is in there, extra life or something, you'll see it in the UI straight away. Otherwise I was going to have to like double up on myself and have a UI value as well as a shop UI value, if that makes sense. So I decided just to leave a UI there. Money doesn't go up or down at all at the moment. What about that? Money is going to have to be tweaked, very much like we've done the sound. At the moment, we can only increment the tens. I think we can only decrease it. Can't even. I just see 6 enemies. I'm seeing something. Can't count them. Funny enough, I think it would be very simple to make it 6. I think I'd just put an extra few elements in the array, one whole object, and I'm pretty sure that the rest of it would take care of it. If I wanted to have 4 or 6, oh, bloody hell, Bob. Bob's the only one who can kill me. Yeah, look, welcome to Quickie Moon. So that's all I've done. But it looks quite smart actually. That's what I wanted to see. Did it lay out correctly? I love it. That's fine. That works perfectly. Okay, so we're using the DZOG debugger there, although I didn't see the window for it at that time. Oh. Memory dump. Here we go. They've got something going on. Quickie Moon. It's good, isn't it? I mainly just had to think of something longer than the word shop. It didn't really fit very well. So that's, what do I want to start off with? I guess the money is quite important. In the UI. I mean, it's not that important. If I change the money, thousands there. I just called it decreased cash right now. We'll change all that to thousands, and we only deal in thousands now. That should be alright. The armory. That would have been a good one. I was picturing sort of like a Star Trek or Star Wars style moon where you could pick up on supplies. But I didn't want to draw anything. That would be cool to make a cutscene where you sort of go and land on a moon just before you enter the shop. That would be a dream come true if I could make that. Yeah, Starbase. Starbase is a bloody good word. But I thought Quickie Moon added like a element of comedy to the game. Welcome to Starbase Alpha 3. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that sort of thing. That'd be so good. But I think it's beyond my grasp. Like, I'd end up fiddling with that for days and then run out of space in the game or something. I think I should definitely get the raw base game working and then add little bits. um, so in the shop, I was just gonna simply have like press. Well, I had two options in mind. At first, I was gonna say press Q to buy a smart bomb, or S to buy a smart bomb, and then E to buy extra life or something like that. But I could have like an asterisk as the selector. Now, the funny thing with that is I might not be able to use my draw digit because that adds on the ASCII at, and I think that already includes that. I'll do it that way. But if that happens, I know a way around it. So I could have selector, and then I make sure. So I'll say like selector X is a constant 1, and then if I make sure all the words are that plus 1, and then I can just move the selector, find out what the position the selector's on. So it's a bit more of a hassle way of doing it, but might be a bit cleaner for the player. So if that was the case, I'd have a selector Y, an actual byte. And I've immediately thought of the first problem there, which is it'll have to go down in increment of 8, won't it? Selector. Yeah, let's add the word in first and work from there. I'm still in two minds. Does that need to be defined as bytes? Could it be constant? I guess I'll just do it like I'm doing it already, innit? I kind of want to lay the shop stuff out in a decent order now so I don't have to change it all. I guess I'll write here what we're going to have at the top. Shop sells following the nukes life. I was thinking force field. I don't see why we couldn't do that. That would just be a case of setting the collision detection to check for one bool. And then I suppose the draw routine would as well, and it would draw like either change your colour or draw a bubble around you somehow. SJ. So I could delete Pasmo if I wanted, but I'm going to keep it. I just use this to build now. And of course, that includes having to have this and that you showed me, and of course that. Yeah, we're using SJ to answer that question. What else could the shop sell? Any ideas? Snacks. Thing is, what are snacks gonna do? I'm trying to think of some little funny thing that might be funny. Put like flowers, and then if he can make it, if he buys them and he finishes the level, gets home to his girlfriend with them still, you get loads of points. Something like that, you know, something easy but just a bit more fun. Of course, if you die, you lose them. I don't know. Well, that'll be on the back burner anyway. Just trying to think of it now so that we don't have to. Something like false teeth protector, something against the boss. Like, what would protect you against false teeth? What's the enemy of false teeth? Like apples. Dumb machine. I think I'm barking up the right tree there though. Whatever the anti-false teeth is, you could buy them, and then if Bob throws his teeth at you, like you're invulnerable to it, you know, for the next level. I might just put apple for now. But I'm only going to do these three for now. Unless you lot have any other ideas, and I'll pop them up there. Condom machines, a maybe. Right. Yeah, something about the teeth. But apple's a rubbish one, but it's a bit cryptic, isn't it? But anyway, these three will be enough for us to get going, because I'll be able to prove the concept of this and get it all working. So, annoyingly, I call them nukes because that's the label. I've called them smart bombs everywhere else. Okay. Oh, we've already got I thought twice about that as well. I've already got a label that says the word nukes. I'll leave the UI. I'll just put smart bomb being stored. So it's going to be more of the same, I'm afraid. I guess I better put it back to this on the level manager. So it starts near the end of the level. And then the selector. Just thought, can't remember if I have to delete the digit or not for this selector. Also, I only actually want to draw a character. A is the character to print. I've just realised I could have just put it there every time. Probably could make a constant. And that'll be fine. The only thing I'm worried about there is it's not gonna delete the asterisk when I move it down. Oh, by the way, I learned a redefinable keys routine. Been reading about it, and it looks like I can include some basic, apparently quite quick, like just like I include any other file. And then it's not that many lines of code to add like a redefinable keys screen. I haven't quite mastered it yet, but I will be doing that. We'll be able to have like key pressed up and then redefine that to whatever we want it to be on it at runtime. But for now, Q&A, I think, isn't it? I'll just do down. Okay. Lovely. That should be ready to go to move us down, but like I say, I fear that we're going to have to somehow clear the screen every time we want to do that. Wait and see. So I'll build it by doing Control Shift B. Open C-Spec again. Like I say, if I wasn't streaming, I'd just leave that open. As you can see, it covers the stream up if I leave it open. It doesn't matter where I put it on my, or if I minimize. So in here, oh, it seems to have failed compiling actually. Decent error message. Oh, I see. Um, Still probably won't work. No, it's worked perfectly. We've got a warning there. Don't know about that truncation 8-bit. I'm wrong there. I like that warning. That's brilliant, isn't it? You wouldn't have got that out of Puzzle. Is that? I mean, that is an 8-bit value. What's he talking about? .23 hex. Why is it 23? You getting the I mean, that looks as if it's getting the address. Value E623. Getting the address, isn't it? Okay, it compiled without errors. Now I can just press F. Listen. Oh, sorry. Why did that? That's funny. It's hidden. I need to put that to the top. Apologise for that. Crikey. Too many things. Minimalist stream. I think I fixed. What was the error? Oh, the error was cleared it now. The error said let me put it back and I'll show you. So I had load D with this, and I forgot that it doesn't like that, does it? And then Funny having that hey listen, it actually worked. So basically it found the value of that and truncated it to this that, and it had this great warning. I think on Pasmo I would have got a warning saying a non-existent instruction. That's cool, that's cool. Anyway, bonus. I can see why people recommend SJ now. Because you've got these little like lines there, all sorts of good stuff. So now it compiled without error. I just want to get to the end and I just test this. The only person who can kill me is Bob. I've got to stay out of his way and make sure I shoot him first. There we go. Oh, of course we can't really move down. I mean, we might be able to. No, it's not. And I can tell you why straight away. First thing we need to do in here is check keys. That probably will be enough to get it to move up and down, to be honest. In fact, I'm going to compile it and run it. Hey, listen was brilliant, man. Hey, listen. Still won't move down. Goes to on A, I would have thought. That's what I... Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It is a lot better. I was expecting for it to move down then. Isn't that strange? It's in the right place. It goes there, but won't let you actually move it. Definitely compiling. Oh, I'm an idiot. I do that so often now. I never used to do it, ever. Forgetting to compare. It's almost like I'm doing it on purpose. So I can fix it 5 minutes later. Die, alien scum. Whoa! I think I was holding down the whole time, so it's just crashed because I haven't got anything to stop it going off the screen. And also, it looks like it's not deleting it. There's much to do there. First thing is, don't let it move down too far. I want I want to know the bottom thing and eventually put that in there. Let's just put it as 7 for 8. Less than 8. No, sorry, it's more than 8 or equal. Don't move. But the next more important thing is, well, more important is the total wrong word. And also, it's just as simple actually. I'll just check it's not held. I need to go into my key cache. I need to copy exactly what I've done for F held. I'm going to want A and Q. Oops. I'll do just A for now. I don't know why I ended up using capital letters on when every other thing I've done doesn't. I'm going to start to use capital letters more. I used to always use. And then I wouldn't be using underscores very often. Some of my routines. Have you not looked at this one in detail then? You have to walk through it with you if you want me to. But essentially I'm just making yet another ball to say is it held or not. Here, this is the funky bit. We're checking to see if F is pressed. Yeah, fair enough. If it is true, then it's held. It has to be up there first before you reset it. That's the little gotcha, really. Some people would put it at the end or middle. Held with your interest, yeah. Yeah, like I say, as long as you set that before you reset the bool, see if it is pressed. So every single frame I say it's not pressed, even if it is. But you notice none of the holds are in there, they're done separately. And then here we actually find if it is pressed, set it. Okay. We don't need to do anything in there, we only need to do done in F. Might as well copy it just to make sure I don't mess it up. Yeah, it might be that. It was just the way my brain came up with doing it. There might be better ways. Didn't believe it or not, it didn't take me very long to write this. I'd already had code, obviously, just to check for key presses, but come up with this little way, sort of straight off the top of my head. I think I can get away with just changing all capital Fs. Nah, capital A. And that actually is all we need. Add the held. Pretty certain. So check for if A is held. Because I'm not going to allow him to hold it. Sorted. So I'll get to the end and it's still going to not delete, I think, sadly. Filed I might do the same with the shooting in the middle. Can't hold the see, and there's no up obviously for the asterisk yet. But we need to clear the previous one sadly. So bugger. I think how I'm going to do that just before I move it. Let me make sure I get this right. Here's where it's printing. No, I'm not going to mess with Bazinga. I was going to say, if we just print a space there first before we move it. Might be a bit of a cack-handed way again. Oh, note that I used selector. It did show up as an asterisk as well, so there was nothing needed to get that one. Should be able to just use space as well. Okay, micro. So we look at the selector position. Where's that thing if it checks? I'm gonna have to do that above now, so that it doesn't delete it if we're not going to move it. Then I'll just, guess I'll just load it again. Hopefully that. Piled, that's half the battle. Come on, Spikie. Let's see that shop in action. Oh no! Oh, hang on, I can restart in the debugger, can't I? That's good. Like that. Or not let Bob kill me. Oh, brilliant! Look at that. Right, so we just do the same for up. Good. Gonna open my window. Oh wow, it was already open. It's bloody hot. I'm gonna put up above down. I don't like having down before up. I have to add Q. Top of the list was Smart Bomb Label Y. No, yes, not UI though. Stop. Good. Right, there we go. Turn C. So we actually want to add one to that. Oh god, I've got this lag on my keyboard again. It really is simple as just changing that to deck. I think so. So nice and simple when it flows out like this. I love it. FAQ. Whoops. Lovely. I'm back in the shop just to make sure you held. Brilliant. Just got to wait for, I mean, or remember, change this magic number when we've finished the list. I don't like magic number. Okay. I think we've made a functioning menu here, like, which we can reuse for lots of different, I mean, in the main menu. I mean, it doesn't look very good right now because there's no other things in the list, just one. Oh, Q doesn't work. Did it compile? Says it does. Says it did. Ah, I know why. Didn't do the last bit here. So I'm making you sit through it all again. Awesome. The only drawback with this is if I wanted to have a space, you know, I'd have to come up with a movement speed of 2 or whatever. I don't see the need. I think this space will make it look crap, to be honest. If anything, I'll probably move it all over to the right a bit. Maybe down 1 to start. We're going to have a few things to choose from. Let's add them now. I'll do life and force field. Thinking perhaps I could change the name of that and just shop list by. Nah, let's keep it nice and easy. Have your micro. Good for you, man. I was thinking about, you've just reminded me of something else I was going to do. I was wondering if I could create a key map. Oh, I don't. Oh, that's a key map file. I wanted to create a custom key binding, so binding. Ah, there must be a way of doing it, but I don't want to spend ages. But I wanted to do one to to open C-Spec, something like Control Shift C or whatever, Control Shift Alt C or something. Side project of VS Code by itself. Yeah, good shout. Worth that. Although I'm not far off. Sure, it's here somewhere. Yeah. Why binding doesn't bring up something? Yes. That key of that. I'm happy with the key mappings. All I want to do is add my own custom one. Just one that opens that one shortcut on the desktop. That's it. Something like that would be good. I mean, it'd be even better if I could just press F5 and do it, but I don't think that's so easy. I wonder if I write C-Spec in here. Perhaps in this tasks.json here. Not worth worrying about. Let's crack on, add function to the game. Custom key map is ideal. I'm sure I saw it on VS Code where it had a UI based. I know Visual Studio Granddaddy Visual Studio. You can type a series of keys, sign it to a what's it called? Action. Anyway, there's not too much to. That's the thing. All of these labels are going to have the same X. Shop item, label it. Sod it, shop items, label Y as well. I don't have to make any more. I know I have to change them. Sometimes I get a bit scared about doing the replace. Cool. So all I actually need now is all the strings, and they'll be in the UI just like the smart bomb is. Oh, we've already got lives, of course. Live string, lives 1. Got a little comment here. It's all a label. Lives, force field. We haven't got one for that. So I'll have to create it, and normally I'd create that in the player, but I've done it in the UI with every other power up and all the different things. There obviously will be have to something in the UI to say that you've got a force field. I mean, it doesn't have to be. You could just change the color of the player for it. I'm thinking that might work well. Add a little noise, change him to like blue, you know, and then he won't be able to get hurt. I don't know. But long story short, I'm still going to stick it in the UI along with all the other power ups. But let's make it so you can have more than one force field as well. Force field's a bit of a long word, isn't it? Shield. Also, just realised should have put that other string in here as well, because that will need to be on the was. Oh no, I think I've done them all here. So of course to have this, well, we don't need to have it on the UI. Yeah, let's not bother. Stop. Finally, we've got the labels done. But I'm happy with that. I just want to see what it looks like with the labels. I want to move them a bit as well. Right, yeah. Oh, error. Oops. Hey. Right, let's see this glorious shop. The Quickie Moon. Aha. Brilliant. So unfortunately I've got too many options and need to fix it to that one. Perhaps leave a little space between the asterisks as well. I guess to speed it up so I don't have to keep changing it and have shop items count. So at the moment we've got 3, haven't we? Down here I'll just have down one. That one's fine. Down one I'll just have plus shop items count. Seems almost pointless checking and testing it. It is worth checking often. Unfortunately it takes that little few seconds longer now to compile every time. Bob. Oh. Oh, it still went down too far. Oops. Down too far. That's because it's more than or equal. Come on, Bob. Hurry up and die. It's quite hard hitting old Bob. Whee! Finally. Now we can just add as many as we want and that's going to work. And we can tell. I should have done, shouldn't I? What I should have. Where I've done this, I actually have to change that back. Otherwise, I've got to remember every time what item is what. Much better to have a name. So annoyingly, do this again. Might start the process of changing their names to nukes. Yeah, so we don't need that. Actually, that one was wise. Get rid of that and just make sure we have it as the last one. Happens to be shield, and if it gets to be -1. Yeah, now we know we can just compare this, these. Was that 7? Let's make it a bit more obvious. Ah, 926. Oh, this same for. Hey, add health to these enemies. Oh, I've moved them down to. Put on here. I do like the space though. Weird that it doesn't let me. And let me move. Oh, I've done +1. That's funny. I'll leave the gap. Although it did look better, I'll admit that, but it's an added. Maybe that's not one. I think that's equal. Yay. Alright. So if we do another one, press like for space. Selection made. Try selection. Take a look at it, select a Y, compare it to shop new Y, full Z. Tricky doing cool like this though. Push to the stack. Maybe I can jump. This function already takes care of if you haven't got enough money or if you've got too many smart bombs. We need to check the thousands right now. And the price is measured in thousands, so it's just one. And then because of that jump, I believe what will happen is we'll go into here, do everything as necessary, turn out, hopefully back here, ready to just go home. No, I don't think I can do that. And because I'm not 100% sure of myself, of this whole routine, I'm not going to try it. Yo, Coda Mick, hope you're well. I need my emotes. I got a reply from Twitch now saying they're just slow with them, but I still think it's bugged personally. Oh, I haven't got lives. Right now, I'll just. Well, no, I'll create one. No worries, Nick. Better late than never. Not a forest fire. Cool. Hello, Zordak. It's Z80 assembly language. The ZX Spectrum. We're targeting 48k. But this is written in Z80 assembly language. But at the moment, I don't have an increment shields or increment lives routine. Where is it? It's very much the same as one of these. I've opened a can of worms here though because the UI does not have anywhere to show this. We won't know it's gone up. How much would a life be? I suppose a life should probably be even more than a smart bomb. Like at the best, a smart bomb can save you one life. That's the optimal thing it can ever do. I think I'm just going to make it 10k for a life right now. I'll just leave that. It'll remind me that I haven't got it in a minute. That's the actual value of lives. How many lives have we got? I need max lives. Constant. The return if he's already got max lives. If not, put his lives up. Decrease cash. Now, I haven't. I'm gonna have to make it 1,000 for a life right now, and I'll change it later. Because at the moment, I've only got ways to increment the cash 1,000. Yeah, it's not bad at the moment. I haven't had a good use of it. New tool set, but I'm sure it will come in handy. It wasn't that hard to set up actually. What's the one thing out of 3 that's not done? I love to tinker as well. If it's not working, I want to know why. I think it's all up and running. Might be wrong. My memory's rubbish. That's just to point it at the right label, which we don't even have yet. That's what I was saying in a minute. Oh, we have got live. Got live. Hmm. Live's one. Oh, the same. I've got you now, Moss. Did it really? That's funny. I hate typing on a tablet. It is annoying, isn't it? And phone. So I'll just point the digit at the right place. That's all I'm doing there. Put the right value in the digit. The lives are cool now. I don't know why I split the 2 smart bomb code. What was the last thing again? My memory's really shot. Lives, Duke, shield. Damn it, we definitely haven't got shield already. I'm gonna have to start from the whole beginning on that. We only need one number. Not going to go over 9. And for now, they're all the same price, everything. Cannot talk player there. No worries, Moz, no worries, thank you. Question you heard is at Pez. Haha. Match day on the Spikie. Love it. Love it. Did the Spikie have kickoff? Off 2, I think. I think I had it on tape, but I wasn't very good at it. Right, let's set up. All the way at the top. Do a label. Paint or draw the label. We've got Smart Bombs Lives. 4. Dash. The shields, isn't it? The shields missing. Label. It did, and it was poor. Fair enough. I think I do remember having that, yeah. I like it. Pretty soon Sensible Soccer came out on the Amiga or something. In the rearview mirror, the Spikie by that point. Oh, we want a string that says shields. We can have that. I'll print the word shields. Alright, that wasn't half as bad as I thought it was. These 2 routines I just made down here though. Oh, I do draw a digit. Good. And there. Good. And then shields. Also, haven't done decrement. Why did it not find that? UI should. Okay, that wasn't half as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think that's the whole UI section done now. But we try and compile it, it might not. No. Damn. Oh god, there's loads. Shield string it'll be. Probably still won't love it though because I haven't sorted out that. No, I don't think it is included this time. I think I just never. I skipped over to the UI here, added quite a lot of stuff, and didn't finish the top one off. Look at the arrows a sec. Look at label. Oh, I've already made it twice. Don't tell me that. I probably just forgot to rename it after I copied it. I get ya. I only done the increments, but I actually copied both. I could have just done the decrement. Probably more to go wrong now. Problems text. Oh yeah, nice. These will probably just highlight. These are the problems. Yeah, it's no different. If I can click them, I think. I knew when I was making that I didn't make that I hadn't written it, didn't I? And I said, "Oh, it'll have to remind me." Can't be bothered to roll. No, you helped me out massively. Sure, I had a player max live. Not. Let's just say 9. Label not found. Shields. No, because it's not shield. Player shield. Sure, I did that. Why? UI shield Y. I really want to look at using namespaces. I don't know if it's possible in assembly, but all this crap like UI underscore, I just want it to be in a namespace and then I can call it shield Y. Yeah. The only reason I'm doing that is in case I want, for example, in the shop, Y's shield label is in a different position. It has to have the prefix on one of them at the very least. Nice one, it's compiled. But yeah, sometimes you get in a scenario where you've got 3 or 4 different places use a similar named thing. So I just use the prefix, but I could have been using namespaces otherwise. Made much cleaner looking code. If it's, I don't know if it is. Never seen it. So yeah, it compiled. So I've forgotten what I actually. Oh, I wanted to see the UI changes and whatever the shop is doing. Right, lost a bit of track what I was doing. Die. Whoa, Bob. Oh, the nuke went up. Nice, perfect. Should have given us more money. Thing is, it can't cope with money properly. If I put like, if I put 10,000 there and put 9 of them, it still won't. It'll think we've only got 9,000. We spend some money. Oh no, Bob. Why did I let Bob kill me? Nice. Nukes. Oh, it went straight up to 3. Oh, I've got to do the holding thing, that's all. Whoa, it does it so quick. That's funny, it equaled the exact amount. Right, well, the first bug to fix is doing holding of stop. We haven't got, I bet we haven't got space held. Oh, thank you, Moz, my man. You're a legend. Quickie Mart is starting to work well, isn't it? Too fast. Need to create more in the key cacher, unfortunately, with space. And the sad part is, this all takes up data, doesn't it? You know, when you're limited on space, you don't really want all these extra routines just floating around, do you? You know, the only way I know how. Lovely. I believe that'll fix that problem. Forget the. I think it's. Oh god, it's going straight up again. Colour cycling Starfield. What's actually happened is it's it's just picking up whatever colour's left behind. So the enemies all leave ink, and so does the player and the bullets. You know, it's all yellow to start with, and then look, if I never shoot, they'll be always pink. I run and go over all of them. Obviously, he's leaving blue behind where he goes. I'm thinking of spawning them to be a random colour as well when they spawn. Be very, very quick. In fact, I've had enough of this UI right now. I'll probably do some of this privately. It's not hard to do. But I feel like that hasn't fixed it. Oh, that's why that hasn't fixed it. I didn't finish it off. Just need to say if space is held, get out. That should fix that. And then if I go to the Starfield, yeah, this was actually unchanged. It was just a happy side effect. I was thinking when I spawn it here, where is the spawn? I'm sure there was a spawn star. I remember. It was quite a crafty little routine, this Starfield. I was quite proud of how quick and easy. But that's why it's not as readable here. There's no like spawn star. They start alive, I remember. Spawn star. Get the random X and Y. That's quite insane. I don't understand my own code. I've got the random X and Y. Why am I calling random here? And then masking it with that. 1 or 0. Adding 1. Oh, that's how much I wanted to move the star by. And then this will call SRL that amount of times. I remember now. What I'm kind of looking for is a place where it says make it alive. Or is it, comparing it to dead? Ground plane. Do you mean like an actual floor that you're flying above? That would be pretty cool. So something that could kill you at the bottom of the screen, you know. You could do it at the top as well, couldn't you? Can it? Yeah. But even if you look at R-Type, the game, it always has like some sort of machinery that you fly through and stuff like that. Yeah, that would be awesome. It's an essential to add something like that, really, if I want to make. But I swear, this would be quite a good bloody shooter for the Spectrum. It has all of that. Because R-Type has that, but it does struggle on the Spectrum, doesn't it? Right. I mean, it's better than this, of course. But R-Type's an absolute classic game. Yeah, just have uneven ground. But then there's no reason why it can't look like machinery. Because really, that's just like a tile with like a sort of machiney look to it. You know, it doesn't have to be nothing too, or even just brick, rock style or something. Well, I suppose I could just draw one line. Saying might be less on the processor. Yeah, way too ambitious for me. Like, you know, if I was an expert, I'd attempt it without a shadow of doubt. I mean, I'm actually kind of leaning towards making like an RPG style game on this Becky. You know, it's nothing to do with graphics. It would have pretty bad graphics, but it would have a cool storyline and like leveling up and all that sort of stuff. But nah, I mean, I've been reading a lot about the ZX Next today, so I've learned about how sprites work on that. It has like 8 bits per pixel, doesn't it? From 0 to 255. And then the transparent is something like EA or something. 3, I think. Probably magenta. Yeah, let's give it a random colour. I find it weird. It looks but true at false, but not the true, yeah. Double negative, yeah. And then it jumps to next. You'd think it would want to look for the dead ones to spawn. What's the type conversion was? Is that for the sprites? I'll have a little quick read now, and I'll drag it to the desktop later. Mind you, making the computer game. That's just a free book to download. What a nice guy putting that up. Started to download. Oh, I'll type, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot you got auto. We just thought, no, you didn't mean R type, you meant type. think this is basically the spawning point. Yeah, true, look. God, my lag on my keyboard's terrible. Oh, just wants a colour. I think that'll be alright. Because like I say, this will assign it a random colour when it spawns. But if something drives over that cell, it will just change colour anyway. But it's not important for the Starfield. They don't last very long. I want to see that in action. No, it didn't work. Oh, it's all over the place. Hasn't worked at all. Hmm. Would have thought it would have been okay to do that. A gets replaced there. B. Oh. It's because I'm using IX and I haven't even started using like D and E here. X and Y is 1 and 2. That should do it. The reason that didn't break the game, I'll show you in a minute. I've put a security thing in there that I did offline a couple of days ago, and I think I forgot to show. Hasn't painted. It's done nothing though. Did expect that to work. That's a bummer. I'll have to put that there. So I don't lose it. But in our color code, in quite a lot of them, I didn't do it in all. In all the ones that use, there's something called do paint, and I only use it on some of the newer functions I wrote. But it actually worked out really convenient to do that because I have a check here now that if H is over that, just don't paint. So there's no way of it ever crashing the game again like it used to. Sometimes if you go too far to the bottom of the screen, paint it. If you remember, my first fix to that was to not paint near the edge of the screen, and we had like white things at the edge of the screen. This stops that, but anyway, that's a little sidetrack. But but that's at least, I think it would have crashed. Let's try just getting rid of that. But before I do that, let's just look at paint 1.1. I don't even use dew paint, so forget it. Not that. I'm gonna try put 1-2 because it's only one line long and there's a divide in there. I wonder if it can divide to the wrong one. Other than that, it's exactly the same. It just does 2 cells. I highly doubt this will work. Just based on the fact that the other one doesn't work. I feel I might have to switch them around perhaps. Y and X. No, it hasn't painted them. And look, that's funny. That's a kind of hint. Like always in one place. And it seems to paint the colour and the paper white. Is it just to do with and? Oh, that's exactly why. I hope I haven't added too much garbage. Let's just try 1 again. I need to put B. Put A and B. Okay, so now I am hopeful it might work. Pop, pop, pop. Come on, stars. Brighten up my day. No. No, it seems to me that has no effect. Is it X and Y? I'm sure it's X, Y, not Y, X. It says X, Y. Like, yeah, it's correct. Like, you know, D is X, E is Y. Try loading it with get rid of random. Load A. Put brightness. Let's put flash on. No, no, that's not. What colour would this be? Let's try and make them pink. So I'll definitely see. Notice I changed it to magenta for 1-1. So now that just eliminates the random and that's about it really. Can't really imagine this working. Maybe I should put the debugger to use now. But for me, it feels like a long-winded way of doing it. Oh, it worked. Look. So I figured it out without using the debugger again, haven't I? For some reason, Rand wasn't loving that round. Magenta. Why the heck does that not work? What's the difference? I mean, yeah, I've got this flash bit. How much is that again? I can just add that. 63? 4. So for example, if I'd done that and then add 4, that should be exactly the same. Looks it, but without the and. I can never tell the difference between the brights, to be honest. I can, like with the player painted. Looks about the same, but I'm sure that it's different. I mean, that's a start if we just painted them all pink, and then when it drives over them. But there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to. Let's use a random number there. No, I'm not using load AR. Bob has magenta shoes. Yeah, I need to do another paint routine that draws an extra cell down for Bob. I haven't done that yet. I had to tell Vink it would paint. Yeah, I'm finding it the other way around actually, Moz. For 7, if it was the other way around, you wouldn't be able to do that, would you? Know what I mean? Or maybe you would actually. Bob's a feminist. Yeah, he's in touch. Touch with both sides. Showing it with his pink shoes. Pink lives matter. We know this is fine. I mean this should have no difference. Number Thursdays, Pilates every other Tuesday. You can tell by his walk. He practices it during his walk. I'm just going to try that, but I can't see why that would work. Band 7 doesn't. Nope. There's no reason why they should all be the same colour. Unless this wasn't working for some reason. Oh, I get you. What's the easier to tell thing? I get you now. It's to do with the brightness. I'll try that 2 thing. No, it's definitely not that either. Something to do with that lot. In fact, not even B. We know it's to do with that. And we know we don't need that. Like that. What happens? This should stop changing the colour of the background and everything. Unless I OR, which I do. It's never going to change the background. So this should actually work. Also never going to change the bright bit. Maybe I want it to change the bright bit. Stars. Only the stars. I don't know, sometimes I get the idea that it's not compiling properly, and it says it's compiling, and then running like a different version of the game or something. Now we know that's not the case either, because when I deleted that rand code, it worked. Oh, lots of problems. It's putting the flash bite on and everything. Flash bit. Isn't it weird how it's not even working on the right stars? It's only at the top of the screen as well. Most odd. Bob does LSD. Whole universe just starts turning into squares of flashing colours. I find that mind-boggling. Random works here. We still got my old get random. No, that's sad. Get random colour. In. Oh, that's part of like a whole loop, isn't it? It's mind-boggling. Oh, I figured it out. Rand is destroying. No, it's gone from me. God. Wait, let me open that back up. Might remind me. I think I was probably wrong. Whatever it was, I think I was probably compare. This is a tricky one, folks. Normally you can hover over the Rand info on. Ah, damn it, yeah. Copied it. E. Yeah, beauty. Like that. I still don't get how it was able to turn the flash bit on when we have this. Yeah, it had to be 0. Oh, that's only when it tapes. Original. You know what, I'll just leave it. It was working. Found it. And I don't think I need to push DE because I load it. Works now. Flash bit on. Now that's Bob on LSD. That'll fix that. That's one way of fixing it. I should probably fix that in here. Really. Hey! See, to me that sounds of Zelda, but it's actually Final Fantasy VII, which I've never played. I've forgotten what I'm checking. Oh, the stars. I think they were working, but I have to restart. But hey, and they look amazing now. I swear it adds a depth. Like it looks 3D because of all the different colours. Maybe it's just my eyes, but the blue ones look a bit smaller than the yellow ones. Technicolor yawn. I love it. Have you ever? No, I won't go there. Right, that took a little bit longer than I would have liked. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? And then they randomly spawn. That was another thing. Before we didn't have a main menu, but now we can call random over and over again here. This is my quick fix. It's call ran there over and over again. It should be different colour depending on how long we sit in the menu now. So let's wait a nice long time for this one so it never get the same one again. And yeah, it doesn't look a lot different, but I think it was different. We can of course maybe even do like other random stuff based on that. Oh, I thought of something then and I forgot it again straight away. Very true, Mike. But yeah, to add to that, some people see colours differently. Quite a lot of people are colourblind. Not completely, obviously. They see red different to others and stuff like that. I'm surprised by how many I've actually met who said they have got it. But I love that them coloured stars because I thought that was going to be a real challenge, and that's just rolled off the tongue. Just everything worked straight away. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to try adding a load more stars. Technically, yawned. That's brilliant, man. It's cool how you still remember stuff like that, isn't it? You never forget stuff. Oh, I think it's slowed the game down just too many stars. I'll get rid of them. We need our space and our processing power for other things. Similar experience, yeah. I can remember some stupid things I did. I think if that happened to me, Moz, I would have legged it out of the house, no matter how pissed I was. I just would have legged it, I think. That's funny. Suppose I could investigate as to why it's still taking more than one. Space has to be pressed. Cannot be held. Funny micro. We used to be mad when I was about 15 onwards, but it was always in my house. I was quite like, what's the word? I ran the shop quite well. If people puked, they always found a bin or something, and if not, they cleared it up straight away. I can't imagine why that's going up so quick when we increment smart bombs. Imagine it. Like, funny one. I've never been great at drinking. I never throw up anymore, but I always drink too much. Clever idea, Mike. That's really brilliant. Good fat with no drawbacks. You just imagine being the neighbour, can't you? Having to put up with the noise. Then you wake up in the morning, see all the bowls. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to run this again because I've got to see it with my own eyes. This stop not working. At the break point. When we get to the shop, should be able to afford to buy. Should be able to just buy one nuke, right? Oh, it did. See, it's like it didn't compile before. I'm holding it and it's perfect. What about lives? Perfect. So that's working absolutely brilliantly now. We've got nukes, they work already. They don't kill Bob, but I quite like that. You know what though, guys? What do you think of this? I'm thinking I could either concentrate fully on this game, make it so it's an okay little game by the end. Never going to be anything special. Or I could just completely turn my attention to ZX next, starting straight away almost. Been reading about it. I reckon I could maybe get something up and running on it. But I do want to finish this game. I don't know, yeah, I can't find that. Said that about your brother, like, I think the graphics are extremely different. It's got hardware sprites. You can have up to 200 sprites on screen built into the hardware, and they're all like multicolored. You can have up to 256 colors in one sprite. Yeah, hardware sprites and scrolling. There was something else as well. Tile map, built-in tile map mode. I haven't read about what that is, but it sounds brilliant. Making games with. You know, we can make maybe a RPG. I like the idea of making an RPG because it's not like everything's based on time with a shooter. You know, it's quite boring. You base everything on time. Did you? Yeah. Well, not only does it have 256 sprites, but it also has 256 colors per sprite, and I think it's 192 sprites. But I don't know whether you have to, if you want 190 sprites on screen, I don't know whether they can all be that mode because there was different modes for the sprites. But one was a 16 color mode. Yeah, basically, you look at one of my sprites, and I must admit I don't know everything yet, so it's going to be a broad summary. But mine is a bit per pixel, yeah? 1 bit. But if you have a byte, it'd be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then a black would be something like FF. Then you could have FA for grey, and just gradually go down, you know. But obviously it uses a lot more data, 8 times more. And not just using more data, it's got to process more when it draws it. Yeah, that's it, Moz. That's it. And I have had at least 3, I think maybe 4 or 5 on YouTube alone. People writing to me saying, um, "Could you make this for the next?" They're talking about the beginner level one. D64 is 16 color, yeah. Well, you can do 16 color as well with the next. I noticed that. And then it's 4 bits per pixel, isn't it? Next issue 2. Do you know what? That's what I was reading about. It was on the official website of the next issue 2. 4-bit per pixel. Yeah. Yeah, just all sorts of stuff opens up to us then, doesn't it? If I can figure next out. And I'm noticing there's a small core group of guys interested in ZX Spectrum. Actually, it's quite hard to like generate any outside interest ever. You know, I thought about going into the retro game section again on Twitch. If I was doing like Nintendo NES or Game Boy, I'm sure I'd get loads of people jumping in that. But with Spectrum, we didn't get many. You've got to make it really interesting. It's hard. With a Next or a NES or anything, we could chuck loads of great graphics in there straight away and then just start adding more stuff. But it's a shame to turn my back on a project halfway through. With that said, you know, use some of this stuff, like the level particularly, in the next game. Do like a tidier version, ideally, of this. No worries, Micro. It's not going to be much left to the stream anyway. I'm going off quite soon. Imagine making a Donkey Kong conversion. That would be epic. I'm not one that's perfect at conversions, because I like to like work around things if my knowledge has gaps, rather than find out the correct way of doing something. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'd change the gameplay instead of fixing my code. I would really like to do next, and I've got this week off, so I've got time to study it this week. I must admit, it's when the code gets bigger as well. I get deterred. Then I get tempted to start a new project. Oh, 100% it is, but there's like a renewed sort of vibe over the net. But yeah, I agree what you're saying. Eventually, I will be going to Game Boy and NES. I mean, I'm not going to do a Game Boy whilst that Shalan guy's doing one. That would just ask him for trouble. My stream will just be like his, but much worse. Yeah, I'll stick with this one as well for now. But don't be surprised if I do just suddenly think, sod it. I'll figure that, you know, if I figure out some bits on the next, excites me enough, I'll just start one of them instead. I mean, I'm guessing we could reuse all this stuff on the next and everything. Bingo. And I've got the SJ working now. I could compile the next code right now, couldn't I? I downloaded some source code. That's brilliant. Load that up and have a look. I know there's that ZX basic by someone, whatever, I can't remember the name. It's a B, I think. And it's meant to be really, really quick. Oh yeah, that looks like a brand, perfect game. I mean, that's a very simple game to make. Once you've figured out that per pixel velocity, I bet it's well good in basic to make. Maybe I will stick with this game. I should figure out how to do the 16-bit movement. Like you were saying, if I increment, a bit like what I'm doing with the level, I'll just increment the low byte, and then when the high byte changes, move. But yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, look, I'm still a beginner with every language. I'm never going to be able to be up there with the proper, decent, clever game designers who have been to college, or they're just naturally amazing. But it doesn't stop us trying, does it? I mean, I got a lot of help from Micro actually earlier, getting this working. I would have been stuck for ages on certain things. Asmo directive, change, Microman, put them in. I can't even find them now. Yeah, we've done the biz. Ooh, so many ways to go, so many options. Yeah, I'll finish this game first, then go to next. So really, the next thing to do is make level 2, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I should give him the shield ability as well. You notice he's already got the shield ability right now for my debug reasons. Can't find enemy player. So normally it would kill player here. We'll have a bull saying player shield active. Really simple. I mean, to be honest, do this right at the top so that we don't even bother checking for the collision. Although, no, we want to kill the enemy. Of course, if I can spell it. Okay. Now we just need a way of making that active. And for debug, I can just put that to true now. Of course, we're going to need a timer. I'll just use W. We're not using it at the moment. Oh, in fact, we're not using S. Shield. date. Again, we'll check it's not already active. But we've already got it loaded there, so it doesn't matter. Actually. We also want to reduce it. We haven't got decrement shields yet. That'll be in here. Looks good to me. Actually, I think that's ready to work. Give him one shield to start off with. Now I'm going to have to change the colour of him. I think that's the best way. Oh, sorry, I missed it. That would be cool. Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Slightly more appealing graphics, isn't it, to the non-specky people who've never heard of a Spectrum hardly, you know. They're into retro gaming. And not to mention, if there's more people like me coding it live, actually going to help grow the next community just that little bit. Copy that and put shielded. What colour? Make him different colour by default. Fun of it. Yeah, I'll rush through this and just get something finished, and then I'm definitely make a few titles for that. Hopefully, I definitely don't want to be switching systems all the time. You have to learn a lot of data about it. Yeah. Luckily, this is the last thing we're doing, so I can actually return out. That's I have to do push pop again, you know. Technically, could happen. All right, it's got even messier now, but I should be able to just press S, go into shielded. It's never going to take me out of shield. Oh, it definitely does, man. Definitely worth a punt. Very true. I could imagine myself skipping over the C64 completely if I go to the next. After that, I'll probably go to Amiga or maybe even like SNES. Not sure yet. Depends how difficult a particular one is and how much like help you can find online with it. But obviously, I really enjoy the Spectrum right now, and I know the system quite well now. Code for it. I'll figure out what I've done wrong here. They're not a fan. I'm an idiot. Okay. Quite what I've done now. Oh, I can turn the shields on. Let me see. I'll try and just drive into it and see if I die. No, I don't. Oh, it would be really cool. So Sega Mega Drive even. I think SNES. I don't know. Depends what's the easiest. That's strange though. Oh, ah. I should be able to die now. Oops. Hey. Okay. Do I use my shield? No, I don't. Damn. Why not? There, activate shield. Should be true again. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's better. I died. That looked a bit keen, that collision detector. That problem is caused by me putting the pull for the collision in the wrong place. So I need to remember that. Right, I'm dead. Shield's on. They didn't go down though, did you? But it's working. Brilliant. Why did it not go down? Shields. I don't think I called decrement shields. Let's have a look at that again. Good. I thought I might have done something stupid like setting his ball. That should be fine. Should happen just once. Yeah, true with that Moz. Although I mean I'm confused to do the Spectrum still. But also the Game Boy sounds very appealing. Loads of them do, honestly. Even the C64. But maybe, obviously, I should consider where the interest will lie, as what where I can get new viewers. But you can't really, I can't know that in advance without being a genius. Oh, I pressed F5 without loading them. Right, shields active. Yes, zero shields. What I've got to do now. Oh yeah, Bob. Shield doesn't defend you against Bob. So now I'm happy with it. I love the scan lines on this new emulator. It makes this game cool. So thick. I just said what I was going to do. I shut the thing. Yeah, it wasn't to do with Bob. To do with oh, shutting the shields off after some time. Hmm. I think it'll have to be a word. Uh, Duration, is that a good word? I'm going to start defining all the words like that just so. Yeah, it's so tempting to do all the systems, but I don't actually know how to do any of one. I don't know a great deal about this yet. That makes max time, why not? And it's only the upper byte. So I'm going to say, only the upper byte I'm interested in. Say, how long do we want? Yeah, I agree there, Moz. The Specky does though. I mean, I came from nowhere and instantly, like, enough to get me up to affiliate. That's not bad. Didn't really expect that. My YouTube channel grows a little bit slower than I thought that might get more views. Maybe it is starting to go up that. It might just suddenly voted by them. How long could it? I was going to say do that for now. Definitely. All I'll do is I'll just increment this over and over whilst the shield is active till it reaches that. I think I will just put with its shield active. Yeah. Also, in when we're in the timer, before we return. We'll test it up a bit to the duration. Our max time. If it's less than that, we'll return right there, and if not, we'll deactivate the shields. When we activate it, oh cheers Moz, thank you man. Hey, I really appreciate all them bits you did give. God, whether yeah, where we activate, we just got to make sure we set that time value to 0. I think that's viable to do that, I think. Good to me. Perhaps I should lower this. I don't know how long 8 of that is. It's quite long. This is 1. Right. Once I get this looking like it's working, I'll probably sign out. Shield's on. Go off sometime. Oh, the level timer doesn't go up. No, that shouldn't matter actually. Oh, it did go off. The only thing is 1's a bloody long time. I suppose it was a pretty fair amount. Let me put the level manager back so that it starts right at the beginning. I mean, if I'm not happy with the amount of time, I could always increment it by more than 1. Be okay. Big follows. I remember big follows. Do you remember that? Back in the original days. Follows. Did I just change anything? I got confused by big follows. Oh yeah, change the level time. Okay, I'm gonna try and play through it. I've got no cheats on. I've got my shield. Uh, yeah, so this is. Right, let's put the shield. That's a long time, that shield. Oh, there you go, it's gone. Okay, I liked it. Oh, I don't like the fact I've put Mikey yellow for the UI, I don't like that. Oh, I'm dead. I use my nuke. I've got nukes working, I've got shields working. Lives was the only other thing which we pretty much have working. So what we have to do now is actually fix money. I'll do that tomorrow. Actually, there's not much to do in this game. I may as well finish it. Do money tomorrow. Probably add level 2. And then it's just a case of making the bosses actually decent, because at the moment they're terrible. They're just showing you that we can spawn a boss. Move them about. Need some fireballs and stuff like that. Yeah, until then, there may well be a little stream in the day, but I wouldn't bank on it. If not, usual sort of time. Appreciate all the bits, Moz, and if anyone else did give me them, I apologise, I haven't got it. Thank you for those, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.